Have you ever felt? Are you listening? Damn.
So guys, yesterday we were talking about the fact that most of the big, like large capitalization altcoins are moving forward, while the rest of the altcoins are basically traded sideways or even go down. So yesterday it was very green day for XRP in particular, and also a little bit for Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Stellar and Cardano. So all those which are in the top 10 are very green, and there are some particular news about that, but in general it's just the cycle of the crypto, which we already mentioned before. So let's look at some certain points. So regarding the XRP thing, we knew that there is some news about the like partnerships with United Arab Emirates governments and their banks, and it seemed like they opened the market for XRP in the Arabian countries, and it probably lead to some increase in price. However, it's just, again, in my opinion, just the overall sentiment, positive sentiment for the markets, crypto market in general. So another just positive news for the crypto as a whole is that Bank of America preparing crypto custody solutions is another institution which is sort of entering the field, and together with JP Morgan and Backed, we have this and few others, to be honest with you. This is a new wave of institutions to starting to paying providing some interest for to cryptocurrencies. Very positive in my opinion. Regarding the future price, though, I wouldn't be that optimistic for XRP, because you see we're still in the bear market. We don't have that bullish sentiment overall, and it's more likely to have a correction than a continuous rise. As I drew here, you see some falling wedge, and the similar we had here, and the rise after the falling wedge, after the breaking the top of this wedge, we have the rise, but it wasn't sustainable. We went down, and the second time probably would have the same behavior. Although I must say that this is like the scenario which I believe would happen, more likely to happen. But at the same time, I think that we may see something similar with XRP, which we had before. Wait a second, where is that? Like this, when we had this like pattern before the huge rise, and we actually see the same pattern now. So maybe it's like, and this was the stage before the bull market, the middle of 2017. So it very well could be the signature of the similar thing happen right now, although a lot of people are sort of still bearish on the market overall, and it's not necessarily to happen. Maybe it's just sort of a quasi bull trap, but I would not be surprised if XRP will reach again like $3+, and this will basically drag the whole market up, and that will be great. However, I'm pessimistic about this, a little bit sort of skeptical, so we'll see what will happen. But of course you can buy just a little bit of XRP to hedge your suspicious sentiment if you have the same one as mine, and go along with this small position. Also, regarding the news, I was going to mention that, well, not the news, just the overall market behavior. You see, this is how the capitalization, the overall capitalization of the market behaved before. So it was pretty much flat, and then the rise with tether FOD, and then flat, and then, well, basically flat, and then recently, like for very few days, we have a continuous rise. And although a lot of people say no, it's just basically a few percent, but you know, it's sort of promising. And after such a long period of the flat sideways trading, sideways action, or the capitalization trading action, right? development and revolution of the capitalization value, we have finally some move, and this is maybe an indicator, signal for a lot of people go long. And also you see a lot of the long position for the Bitcoin price as well. So and shorts are very low, so probably we may see some like beginning of the starting stage of the uptrend. However, there are people, there are opinions who are opposite to that bullish sentiment, and this one, for example, is Arthur Hayes, the CEO of BitMEX. He said that we will see the bear market for the next 18 months, and he actually predicted $50,000 in June this year, but it didn't happen. And you see now it says no, based on my experience, the liquidity, the volume, etc., we will have this bear market until the end of 2019, and then only then we will have some rise in price. So like we had this in 2014 or 15, but to be honest with you guys, I don't really believe this person, because you know, his reputation is not the best one, and I don't know, I don't think he may be making nice money with BitMEX, but it doesn't mean that he is a professional and he is like the guru of prediction or whatever. So like just my standpoint, maybe you have a different one. And generally this is okay. And of course we need to look at the price of Bitcoin at the moment, which we didn't look yet yesterday. As well as with the huge altcoins, we've seen some rise in price, and it was pretty like convincing, but then we consolidate and corrected and consolidate after that. The point is still we are in a pretty much uptrend. If you like average this weeks over here, probably we will still continue to do that. We didn't have a drop. It was like this correction was played back, and we basically are now continuing to test this 6,500 resistance level. But on the other hand, on this exchange like Coinbase, we are already almost above the resistance level, because it has a different, you see, little bit different levels. So it's very likely that we already building a basis for the new rise to a new level like 6,800. And you see guys, locally for the next few weeks, I'm more positive or more bullish on that. I wanted to see the drop below 6,000 once again before the rise, but as I said, it may not happen at all. So all the people who were waiting for that would have to buy at the higher price. And since December is very close, and backed, and ETF and all other new positive news which may happen like in the whole chain, it would be no chance for Bitcoin drop below 6,000. So we'll see the rise, maybe some correction after the new local high, but I don't know, I'm really positive about that. And the last but not least, this is the Elastas news. So you remember that we were worrying about the coins which will be released, and still on November 20th is the coins will be released to the market for the huge players. So, well, first of all, those small number didn't increase in the circulating supply of Elastas. Of course, you can claim that, oh, you know, this is not exactly the thing you should look at, like coins are moved and or not moved, and CoinMarketCap does not include them in this number. However, first of all, the price goes up, and the thing is that we see even a little increase in the volume here, and it actually continues to go up. It builds a certain base. It doesn't correct downwards after that, which is a very nice sign. And the point is, actually, Elastas was listed on the first United States-based exchange, HBUS, which is not a huge one, but you know, it's the strategic partner of Huobi, and this was the reason, basically, as they say, why we had to release the tokens before the actual time we had to do that. So I don't know. So like regarding the regulation of United States standards, law standards, and probably it's a good news. So maybe if we will not see some FUD leading to the significant drop in November 20th, I wouldn't expect them, like the people who are having this pre-ICO coins, to be dealing with selling all of them and dumping the price. So I would expect it to be actually going even higher, especially that this is only one, not only one, but just a very few, one of the very few altcoins of the mid cap or low cap altcoins which are going up on this bear period for this particular set of the altcoins, when the huge caps, large cap altcoins are going up and the small caps going down. So that is it for today. The only one thing I was going to ask you about is this ICO SideX. I had a comment in one of the videos. The guy was asking about the ICO. This ICO, what I think, shall I make a review on that? So to be honest with you guys, I'm pretty much skeptical about it, and I don't think that it's worth doing the due diligence on that. But if you are, like, there will be many of you who are interested, I can look at it, and I don't promise you that it will be positive. I will make my own personal and honest opinion. And yeah, so just leave your comment in the comment section together with a like and a subscription to my channel. So if you think that it is worth to look at it, and if it will too many, like I know 10 plus 20 plus comments saying yeah please do this ICO review, then I will do that soon. That is it for today, guys. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe again, and I hope to see you in the next update already tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.